What's going on with it, y'all? Try to talk some little NBA talk, man. See how many people show up. The kind of service in here is kind of shaky, man. I'm gonna get a few shots up, see who shows up. Talk about them Lakers. Talk about some little bit of NBA, some basketball stuff, man. I told y'all on my channel that we're gonna be doing some. We're gonna cover the heavyweights like always, but wanted to go over some NBA talk as well. Jay Jerk was good, bro. I'm gonna get a few shots up. Wait for some people to get up in here. Let me see. Service is hella shaky up in here though, man. But I'm gonna get a few shots up though. Wait for a few y'all to get up in here. Wait for a few y'all. See y'all gonna show up. Wait for a few y'all to get up in the house. See you up in here, man. Let's talk a little bit of NBA. King Strick, J Jerk. Okay, we just roll with who in here, man. I know a lot of people be getting, or not upset, but a lot of people get caught off guard when I do NBA stuff. Ron Burgundy says Fly Pelicans is on. P Money, what's good, bro? Give it a few more minutes. A few more minutes we're gonna talk about it. That'll have made that I'm on live. Y'all have been laughing at me. I got hung on that dunk. Let me see. All right, man. So Lakers. All right. Now they the trending topic of the league. You know what I mean? Lakers is a trending topic of the league. Rightfully so. They got LeBron James. He's still the most talked about player in the NBA right now. You can argue if you think he's the best player in the league right now. But I do like their roster. I think Dwight Howard, in my opinion, would be more suited to play like a two-headed monster role with JaVale McGee. And if both of them can combine for 20 and 10 on a night-in, night-out basis, I think they'll be all right. I don't think Dwight Howard is the same Dwight Howard. Even though a few years ago he was averaging a double-double, I just don't think he's a Dwight Howard of old, obviously. 20 and 10 type of player. But I think him and McGee can both do damage. And if they can just fill that center role with 20 and 10 a night, 20 and 10 a night and a few blocks and some interior defense, interior presence, I think they'll be okay on the inside. I like Avery Bradley. He's a tough guard. Obviously, I like Rondo. LeBron's going to be LeBron. I do agree with what I've been hearing. I think the offense should run through Anthony Davis. Arguably, top 3, top 4 player in the NBA. The dude can dribble, shoot, post moves, block shots, rebound. The dude can do any and everything on the court, man. So I do think they should run it through Anthony Davis. Plus, he has less miles on him than a guy like LeBron James. LeBron's entering his umpteenth year in the NBA. You know what I mean? So I won't say pass the torch to the point where LeBron's averaging in the teens, but let Anthony Davis, give it to Davis, man, and work the offense through him. And Davis, I think, would be very effective, man, if he can set the tone defensively also, which he has shown as a Pelican that he could. You know what I mean? Blocking shots, closing out on the three-point line. He has a great motor. You know what I mean? But I like what the Lakers got going on. My thoughts on Westbrook to the Rockets. We're going to see how that turns out. I know Harden and Westbrook played on OKC, but it was, first of all, they're much better players than they were then, much more experience. And they're just at different levels in their career right now. You know what I mean? Both went on to win MVPs. Um, with the Rockets, though, man, it's like, what I mean. One look, the one thing about Russ is he will turn it up defensively. He won't cheat you on his energy. Um, but when it comes to them, it's like, is they just going to try to just outscore people? Or, as far as just put up as many shots as he can? Because Russ can be a high volume shooter. We already know what James Harden can do. And if Russ gets into the continuity of just standing and watching, will he start to get upset? How will things work with that? You know what I mean? Watching a Harden put up, 30 shots a game or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So we will see what's going to happen with that. I know P Money. I know he's a big Blazers fan. Great, very good backcourt, man. Very good backcourt. I'm not sure how far the Blazers are going to go, though. I do like their backcourt, man, but I'm not sure how far the Blazers will go. Ron Burgundy says, fly, Pelicans, fly. Yo, man, the West is stacked, but if that group, I'm not sure they'll make the playoffs, though, man. I'm not sure Pelicans will make the playoffs, but they're going to be exciting, though. They're going to be very exciting. Zion Williamson is going to put on, some highlight reels throughout the season, dunks and blocks and even passes, too, man. Like I said in my last video about Zion, he's a very good passer from what I've seen in college. Even a few of the passes he made in the NBA. You know what I mean? Let me see what P Money says. He says, agreed, AD has all the tools to be the man for the Lake show. The pieces they have will contend for sure. Houston will be a problem in the regular season, but an isolation team in the playoffs. Yeah, because in the playoffs, P Money, it's not so much they're checking you individually as a player. You're going against schemes, and if the same scheme, and that's pretty much disrupt their backcourt. If Houston can't beat, get into a series and overcome some of these schemes that are going to be played against them, like you said, man, they may be bounced quick. You know what I mean? But they need somebody on that team to set the tone defensively, man. I like the Clippers. You know what I mean? I like what the Clippers got going on. They got Lou Williams. They got a good squad. Obviously, Leonard and George. George, to me, man, he had a good season last year. I don't know, man. I just never been now as far as offensively and his skill level and getting to the cup and just having a plethora of moves on offense. Yeah, Paul George got it, but I just was never completely sold on Paul George as far as being like the first option on any team. You know what I mean? I think on a championship level team, Paul George is maybe a second option, third. I mean, that's probably pushing it, but second, third option. You know what I mean? But I never looked at George as like the first option. And on this team, he will be the second option. Let me see. Ron Burgundy says, Nets first team without stars held their own against the Lakers first team. Yeah, sometimes guys get put in a situation where they got a lot to prove. And the Lakers first team with their guys, taking it lightly, not really taking it serious. Although you are out there playing and the objective is to win, but you got guys fighting for positions, man. So they out there playing like their life dependent on it. A game like that is their game 7. You know what I mean? They're not looking at it as just another game. That's like a game 7 to them. So that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me one bit, man. My Timberwolves, Towns to me, man, is a talent-wise, he's like a top 5 talent. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of. I thought the way things were handled when Butler was here was kind of soft, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because Butler came to try to set the tone, we come from that Bulls, that Thibodeau system, man, where, tough defenders and just, defense. And he tried to set the tone here, man, but maybe he just did it in a way where it kind of rubs some other players the wrong way. Wiggins, I thought, would be a much more impactful force than what he has been in the league. Yes, he's putting up decent numbers. Yes, he can do some highlights here and there, but coming into the league, man, I thought he's going to be much more impactful. You know what I mean? P Money says, for my Blazers, the wings and the new additions have to step up defensively for sure, contribute to the offense. Bazemore and Azonja have been impressive. Yeah, like you said, man, I pretty much agree with that, man. Always got to step up defensively and set the tone. Now, oh, Lonzo Ball, I wanted to say something about that. I seen my man Say Less, Jeff, Dream Chaser Boxer, but Say Less. I seen his video. It was in a response to, I think, one of Ticket TV's videos. Shouts out to both of them brothers, man. But he in that video, he was saying that Lonzo Ball uh, can one day be great or something like that. But look, with Lonzo, man, I don't know where his confidence went from high school to UCLA to get into the league, but offensively, man, he was much more efficient in high school. And I know it's high school, and he's was a top 5 type of recruit. He dominated, but it's something in here when you get to the league and then all of a sudden you can't score anymore, or just simple things like hitting floater, like this dude misses. His finishing around the rim, in my opinion, should be much more efficient because the dude has a good vertical leap off 1 foot, 2 feet. And then he's crafty with both hands, and for him not to be able to finish better than what I've seen, kind of troubling. But he just needs confidence, man. Just putting up more shots. I've seen him knock down some threes. I see he's altered his shot a little bit. It's not coming from the side of his body, but I think he's a tremendous passer. His vision is crazy, man. You know what I mean? Pass with both hands. He can outlet off the bounce. Fucking full court alley-oops. The dude has a plethora of passes, man. So I think he needs to drive the ball a little bit more. And I know we're in a three-point crazy league. And man, I come from that 80s, 90s era, man. I played my high school ball in the 90s, and then I played my college ball in the early 2000s. 2003 was my last year in college, but nowadays, man, the 3-point, they're just shooting it at an alarming rate, man. And a lot of these guys come in, it's like you need that shot. Even the bigs now, you need to be able to pick and pop, pick and flare off the screen. You know what I mean? Usually when big guys set the pick, they dive into the basket. Now big guys setting the pick, they popping out to the 3-point line. So I get that. Threes, gotta shoot threes. But let's not forget about just the basic stuff. Mid-range. What's wrong with mid-range, man? It's like, so I think Lonzo, should, because he has a quick first step, he has a good handle, blow past some guys and stop and pull up for that mid-range. Work your range, man. You know what I mean? Floaters, work on that floater, especially while you still got your athleticism. You know what I mean? Work on that floater. Work on your threes as well, but it's just, you need that. It's like guys need that pistol, man. You need that 3-point shot nowadays, and I understand. I actually seen Ben Simmons when he hit his first 3 in the damn preseason game. The damn crowd went crazy like they just won the championship. I did not know, like I watched Ben Simmons, but I did not know, and I know people play off of him. He doesn't have a jump shot like that. He's another guy that I seen in high school, watched him play in the all the tournaments, man, all the, Peach Jams and, all the big time tournaments. And he was knocking down jumpers. Got to LSU, I seen him knock down some jumpers. Then he got to Philly, man, he was like scared to shoot. You know what I mean? But for somebody that has that much talent, man, and like literally is scared to shoot 3-pointers, man, that's crazy. And it's funny how the league has changed, right? Not to say that there was never 6'10" guys that were shooting. You had guys like Bob McAdoo, and I go on and on. You know what I mean? Even Bill Laimbeer had a shot. Go on and on with big guys that can shoot. You know what I mean? Karl Malone developed a sweet jump shot in his career. But usually when you hear guys 6'10", 230 pounds, you think of a power forward or something. Ben Simmons is pretty much a damn point guard. But for him to be just scared to shoot, man. And I seen him in the summertime putting up shots. I forget which YouTube channel it is, but it's the channel where all the pros go to these open gyms. I know Rico Hines, I believe his name is. He has one out there at UCLA. But I seen Ben Simmons, knock down jumpers in college and high school, man. So to get to the league and literally be scared to shoot, it's all mental, man. The guy is skillful enough. If he was in the junior right now, I bet you Ben Simmons can this isn't the NBA 3-point line, but I bet you Ben Simmons can knock down jumpers all day. It's just something about getting in that game and when the lights are on. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just confidence, man. Repetition and confidence. That's all it is. Let me see here. King Strick says, I don't think the Knicks will make the playoffs. I am mainly looking forward to seeing how guys like Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, I like Mitch Robinson, RJ Barrett, Marcus Moore, and Dennis Smith Jr., and Frank, I have a hard time pronouncing that dude's name, his last name, but I like Dennis Smith, man. Dennis Smith, I like Barrett, I like Mitchell Robinson. He has a high motor, great athleticism. Dennis Smith put me in that mind frame of like, when I was coming up watching Steve Francis and Baron Davis and them type of dudes, man. Those like exciting, undersized as far as height, because usually back in the day, shooting guards 6'5", 6'6", around that range. Guys like B Diddy, Baron Davis, Steve Francis, they about 6'2", 6'3". Crazy ball handling skills, crazy hops, confident, ready to dunk on the whole team. You know what I mean? Um, Dennis Smith put me in the mindset of those guys. You know what I mean? Great handle, but Luka Doncic was pretty much taking his shine. But Dennis Smith, especially if he comes in with a chip on his shoulder, a guy with that much athleticism, that type of ball handling skill, Smith can get on a roll, knock down 12 in a row real quick. He's a streaky scorer. That kid got game, and he just needs to be in the right situation, man. I think this would be good for him. You know what I mean? RJ Barrett, I've been liking him since I seen him play in FIBA. You know what I mean? Watched him play in college, obviously, high school, and then playing in international tournaments. Duke can shoot. There were some games, though, at Duke where he wasn't as efficient shooting the jumpers. You know what I mean? He was high volume. Because there was a few times I was like, man, get the ball to Zion and just move. Like, literally, that's what I was thinking during some of them games. I'm like, man, the hell with Cam Reddish, the hell with RJ right now. Give the ball to Zion and move. You know what I mean? Go spot up at the wing or something, man. But one thing about RJ that I like is the dude is supremely confident, man. You can't teach that. Everything else is repetition, man. You know what I mean? But very confident kid. Kevin Knox, solid. Like Knox. I liked him at Kentucky. He's solid, well-rounded. He did have a highlight put on him, though, that's going to be sticking around forever. And that's the highlight of him getting the ball ripped away from him. And then Zion doing a little, you know what I mean? Ripped the ball from him, did the... I'm watching this dude in here, but he ripped the ball from him, then he dunked on him with two hands, man. So that shit gonna live in infamy, you know what I mean? But let me see who else joined. Scrapbook Boxing, y'all go subscribe to my man Scrapbook and P Money, you know what I mean? Oh, my man let me give Black Reality TV a wrench, man. Hold on. There we go. Wrenched up, bruh. Y'all go subscribe to my man Black Reality TV as well. He says, Mr. Basketball today. That's what's up, man. Let me see. Sweet Sign says, what's your thoughts on Ja Morant in his rookie season? Well, from what I've seen so far, great passer. His timing on his passes, man, his vision is what stands out. His athleticism as well. I remember watching him in college, but his vision stands out. A lot of these guys, Zion as well, especially for his size and girth and strength and power, great passers, man. I like Ja Morant's passing. And to me, I think he's going to be a pretty decent scorer as well. You know what I mean? He showed that he can knock down the jumper, showed that he can finish at the rim, not just finish at the rim, above the rim, on people, in traffic, one hand, two hand. You know what I mean? So I like what I see so far. But, you know what I mean? We're going to see how the season goes with him, man. Black Reality TV says RJ got potential. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Because, again, he got that thing that you can't teach, that willingness to want to take every shot. And not just want to take every shot, but that he's confident he can really make the motherfucker. You know what I mean? He comes across like a kid that really has that. He really gives the impression that I can make a difference. Give me the ball. And I love that about him, man. He's not timid. Plus, he's in the right situation where he can put up shots and he's going to play. You know what I mean? He's not in a situation where he's going to come off the bench and learn from some veterans. And in the NBA, man, the veterans today versus like veterans back in the 90s and 80s, you know what I mean? You get on the team back in the 90s and 80s, man, you had grown-ass men, 36, 37-year-old with kids and wives and, you know what I mean, all that type of shit. Now, these dudes get to the league, and the veterans are 27-year-olds. You know what I mean? 26-year-old veterans. So it's like these dudes, like some of these high school dudes and one-year college dudes, it's like they're just playing with like, you know, it's like they're still in college damn near, man, as far as what veterans are today. You know what I mean? Now, don't get it wrong. You still got guys like Vince Carter roaming around in his 40s. Don't get me. I'm not saying that there's no 35 plus guys or guys that may be in their 40s like a Vince Carter. But I'm just saying in totality, though, it just seems like veterans are a lot younger. It's like just the league has changed, man. The league has changed drastically. Not just the way they play, not just putting up threes and it not being as physical as it used to be. It's just even with just the ages, man. It's just the league is just different, man. P Money says, for me, I thought RJ Barrett going to the Knicks organization may get him into some bad habits, but I wish him well. I hope the Knicks are good or at least show improvement. Now, when you say that, P Money, what bad habits do you think could transpire, or what bad habits do you think may transpire? Black Rally TV says Giles' court vision is nice, and I like the way he controlled the game. Not out of control. Yes, he's very controlled, especially and sometimes P Money for guys that are very athletic, they can get out of control sometimes, especially guards because they got the ball in their hand, right? So they can come up the court full speed, 1,000 miles an hour, you know, and they can be out of control at times. For a guy that has that much athletic ability and gifts, for him to play under control, that's telling to me. You know what I mean? Also, I was talking about that Dennis Smith remind me of guys like Steve Francis, Baron Davis. Let me also throw Stephon Marbury in there too. You know what I mean? Sweet Science says, did you watch the Big Three? I enjoyed this past season of their league. I watched a few games, man. I know Joe Johnson was getting money in that league. Steven Jackson plays solid. I like to see Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf still out there. I grew up on Chris Jackson, or Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, but back when he was Chris Jackson, played for LSU. He used to light it up, man. Chris Jackson was that dude in college. Even when Shaq and Stanley Roberts was on the team with him, he was still putting up 35s, 50s. I remember watching them play, man, them SEC games. And look, I actually made a video years ago, and it's still on my channel. People are giving me hell for it, saying, oh, this dude's nowhere near Steph Curry. Now, look, you compare their NBA careers, yes, Steph Curry's had a way better NBA career than Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I know that. But I'm talking about shooting off the dribble. Yo, Chris Jackson's one of the best I've seen do, or Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf is one of the best I've seen do it, from LSU to the Nuggets, man. I remember the game against the Bulls. Was it the 72-win season? I forget what year it was against the Bulls, but he lit the Bulls up. Did he hit them for 50? I mean, he lit them. I'm pretty sure if you go on YouTube and type in Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf lights up Bulls or something like that, the game will pop up. But I remember him at playing in the SEC, man, just killing everybody. You know what I mean? But off the dribble, Mahmoud, step backs, between the legs, crossover. And I remember when he was coming to the league doing it, a lot of people thought that was out of control. Like, damn, a between the legs pull up three, that's out of control. You got to get set first with your feet. Now, he was set. He had a quick release, man. One of the just crazy quick release, man. Crazy. But shouts out to, Steph Curry, man, doing his thing. You know what I mean? He is now, you know what I mean? I'm talking about yesteryear. But Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, man, one of the best shooters, off the dribble shooters I've ever seen in my life. Let me see here. P Money says the Knicks have been bad for a while now, so game preparation, even if you are losing, taking certain shots at the wrong times, I just hope they do. I hope they do win, so those young guys understand what it takes to win. Yeah, man, the Knicks mystique is kind of gone. A lot of these young kids, they don't remember ever the Knicks being successful. You know what I mean? Now, they did make it to the finals that one year when they played the Spurs. When they had Sprewell and aging Patrick Ewing and all that, and Larry Johnson, but they don't remember none of that, man. They may go on YouTube and see some shit, but to them, and Kevin Durant, I like what he said, man, this ain't the same Knicks, man. They done lost their luster, you know what I mean? They done lost their luster. Even though the New York is a big media market, nobody give a fuck about the Knicks like that, you know what I mean? So I do know what you're saying. When you come to a losing situation, losing organization that has no chemistry, they don't mesh well together, and there's been no winning going on. So the tradition there has been losing. You dig what I'm saying? So I totally understand what you're saying. So yeah, I can see him, I hope it doesn't happen to the kid, but getting into a continuity of not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Showing up to practice half-assed, getting in the game and just hoisting up crazy shots. So yeah, I hope he doesn't fall into nothing like that. But he seems to come from a good family. I know Steve Nash is like his godfather or something like that. So I think, and then he played for Coach K for a year. So I think, and he's been playing international ball and playing with grown men for a while, man. So I think he's well-rounded, just not as a player, but just as a person. So I think he'll go out there and have like more of a Mamba mentality to where he'll be like, hey man, y'all gotta catch up with me, man. I'm doing my thing. Y'all gotta catch up. Hopefully, that's what attitude I believe that he has. That's the character I believe that he has. But we'll see. Ron Burgundy says, hopefully Pelicans can pick up Joe Johnson next year. Zion can learn from him. Yo, Joe Johnson, man, that dude can get buckets. One of the best mid-range guys I've seen over the last, 15 years. I will say that. P Money says Joe Johnson got himself an NBA contract out the Big Three. That's great to see. Shouts out to the Big Three. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Ice Cube, man, and all his business partners for putting that together. I like the Big Three. You know what I mean? But hey, y'all, I just threw this video up, man. Just see what's going on with it. See how my first live talking about NBA talk goes. Boxing and NBA goes hand in hand with me. You know what I mean? Basketball was able to give me a free education. I still train. You guys seen my video I put up like last week. I still train college kids, and I still come out here myself. I got a little juice left, man, for to be 39. You know what I mean? Still got some juice left in my legs. Try to get a windmill down one of these days, man. I tried a windmill the other day. I just missed the dunk. I got up there, but I just missed it. You know what I mean? So about to hit this sauna. You know what I mean? Black Reality TV says, y'all think Joe Johnson's a Hall of Famer? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Great offensively. Can get buckets, but his like, cause I'm not gonna say you gotta win you don't have to win a championship to get to the Hall of Fame. That's obvious, right? But look at a guy like Vince Carter, right? Slam dunk contest. Vince had like a 6-7 year span where he was one of the top 10 players in the league easily. You know what I mean? I don't think Joe Johnson had that type of impact like a T-Mac or a Vince Carter, guys that didn't, lead their teams to chips. I don't think he had that type of impact. I have to sit down and really look at this, man, because I was talking to somebody the other day about Gilbert Arenas, and Gilbert had like a 3-4 year spurt, man, where he was fucking unstoppable, man, when they was calling him Hibachi and calling him Agent Zero. I know it was like 2 years in a row, man, he was averaging like 28, 29 points, dropping 50s and 60s. I mean, he was going at it with staring Kobe down, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure, man, but I would say no. Now, there's probably dudes that got into the Hall of Fame that Joe Johnson's probably more deserving of, so we can always make that argument. But as far as skill set offensively, one of the best I've seen. I'm not going to take that away from him. Chosen 115 says, you in New Jersey, family? Nah, man, I'm in the great state of Minnesota, man. He says, but all right, y'all. Y'all be easy, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. Till next time, man, I'm gone. One more, hold on. P-Money says, that's tough, Black Light TV. He's like on the cusp, but I would say no. I don't think Joe John, especially the last few years. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say too, P-Money. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'm gone.